And what's up, guys? How we doing today? This is the question and answer episode, as it said on the earlier title. I did get a bunch of questions from someone who is actually going in to get the surgery, I believe, next month. So I figured I'd just dedicate this episode to answering her questions. So we're going to get Sweet Pea to read off the questions for me, as she usually does, and I'm going to answer them to the best of my abilities. If there's anything else you need to know, by all means ask. Here we go. Number one.
How is your eating now?
How is my eating now? Okay, so I'm back to regular food, which means I can eat just about anything. Of course, I'm still watching sugar, carbs, and etc., counting calories and everything else. But I'm eating well. Like, I'm not having any problems with anything. Some spicy food a little bit, but I think that's going to just be an adjustment. But yeah, I'm eating very well. The portion size, of course, is much smaller, but I believe that's the next question. We can have just about anything again except watching rice, pasta, and breads. Of course, none of that because the carbs are way too high. Watching the sugars, counting calories.
I think I'll hold the carbs.
But we did find a few things called like hold the carbs, which was a bread, very, very low carbs, high protein kind of stuff, which is very tasty. And another one called Flat Out, which is a flatbread, which you can actually buy at Sobeys, which is kind of cool. But I'm eating great. Things are back to normal as far as being able to eat things. I haven't rejected anything in a little while, except for some spicy donair meat, which I tried. And I believe that was just the spices, though. So essentially back to normal is the very simple answer to that question. Number two.
Do you still get pain of overeating? You haven't yet overeat.
I haven't actually overeaten anything yet. I've been watching the portion sizes, and I've been checked a couple of times on my portion sizes because I'm not exactly 100% on how when I feel full or when I feel I've eaten too much. I know I haven't eaten too much because I would be in pain, but I'm still trying to figure out how my body tells me when it's hungry, how my body is dealing with when I should stop eating. But pretty much I feel satisfied, not full, not hungry still or any at all really, but just satisfied with what's in there. There should be, from what I'm understanding, if you overeat, you are going to get pain because it's going to start to stretch things out, and where there's staples and everything else, that could stretch and possibly burst or tear or anything like that. So I'm going to assume there would be a lot of pain if I did overeat. Thankfully, I haven't yet. Number three.
How much food is in your typical meal?
Well, we tried to base everything on about 4 ounces. So if I have salad and chicken, for example, we try to do 4 ounces. So 2 ounces and 2 ounces. I have had days where I've gone a little bit higher. I've had like 3 or 4 ounces of chicken and a little bit of salad, but not too much more than that. Now, those are the portion sizes that they recommend and what you should have. And a lot of people have trouble eating more than that from the groups that we're in. The Facebook groups that we were reading from other people's comments. And they've actually put up pictures of, like, with their hands like this with the portion size next to it and showing how little they're actually eating. And they feel full or feel stuffed or can't finish it. So approximately 4 to 8 ounces is what the papers had said. I'm trying to stick right now with the 4 ounces per meal. Like when I sit down a couple of times a day, you have something to eat. With the snacks, I've followed like one portion. That's, for example, crackers and hummus is one of my favorite snacks right now. And one portion of the wheat thins, which is what I'm eating, is like 10 crackers and 3 or 4 ounces of hummus. So that would be a typical snack. And then the meals, again, we watch about 4 ounces or so. Next question.
How much have you lost in total, and how much have you lost since surgery?
Okay, now my total highest weight was somewhere around 575, was it? 575, somewhere around there. That was like way back when. I hadn't actually started to lose weight for any reason. I'd actually just started to change my diet a little bit. Started working more hours at work, so I was on my feet a lot more. Not necessarily exercising, but being on my feet so often and so much slowly took the weight off. I lost a total of...
Hang on, what were you?
My highest is 575.
Okay, what were you at surgery?
Just for my surgery, I was 413. Now this again was at my absolute highest, like way the
So
hell
you
back
lost
when.
162 prior to
Okay.
surgery.
So I lost 162 pounds prior to surgery. Now this was within 2 years though. That wasn't any short amount of time. And I've lost since the surgery. I'm now 318, and I was 413. So I'm saying 95 pounds if my math is correct.
95 pounds.
95 pounds in 3 months, give or take a couple of days. So yeah, and then yeah, that's holy shit. What's that grand total? My math isn't that good.
Oh, I didn't do the grand total.
Okay, so the 160 and the 95, so which would be 255 pounds, which is the loss
It
of
was 165.
165. So 260 pounds in total that I've lost over the last couple of years, which is an entire large person.
Thank you for making me do math.
Wow. Fuck you and your math. My math sucks too. Alright, so yeah, that is the total. But since the surgery, I have lost about 95 pounds. And again, that's in 3 months, so only an average 30 pounds a month or so. Next question.
Any advice you can share with me before I go into surgery?
Okay. Advice before surgery. Make sure you bring some entertainment because you're going to be stuck in that hospital for a couple of days.
Lip chat.
Lip balm was one of the things that they suggested you bring. And of course, you're going to want to bring like a toothbrush, all those little basic things you would take if you're staying the night somewhere. Change of clothes, something very comfortable. Definitely, they are going to have you in that shirt that they give you, with the ass end open. However, having your own clothes there makes you feel a lot more human. I brought a nice big loose pair of shorts that I just bought. I purposely bought them for the surgery, and I'm still wearing them now. They're way too big on me now, but I still find them very comfortable. And you want that room, not like jeans or something with a belt, because you want that room so it's not pressing down on your stomach, because it will be sore and tender for a little while. Even your scars will be sore and tender, so you want to make sure that you have a little room there. Big comfortable shirt is always good. And myself, I brought my phone because I have a Netflix and YouTube on it, and I also brought a Game Boy Advanced, a Game Boy DS with a few games just to keep me occupied. I did sleep quite a bit, and they ended up waking me up most of the time to give me my ration of water and such that I was allowed to have, but something to entertain yourself would definitely be good. And if a private room or semi-private room would be suggested, I had 3 roommates, 4 people in the room, all of them very old, and with some problems I'd rather not get into that were rather not pleasant to be around. So that would be one of my biggest suggestions, if it's possible at all. Next question.
Things you maybe would have done differently, and maybe something that you did that helped.
Okay, so anything I would have done differently, I don't think there's anything I could have done differently. Everything went smoothly for me, so there's nothing that was really negative about the whole experience. The only thing that comes to mind is maybe taking a little bit more time off work. I took 10 days. That was enough for me to feel comfortable going back, but I was in a little bit of pain, understandably, from moving, some stretching, bending, lifting, walking, which I barely did any of, but the little bit that I did upset my stomach a bit, and of course the pain from the muscles and the surgery and everything else. Now I work in a kitchen where these things are common. Like, you're not going to stand in one place very long, or you're going to be walking around. It's a very high-paced, very active job. If you're sitting at a desk, if you work in an office or call center or something like that, where you're sitting most of the time, that would probably be enough for you. But if you're in a higher paced job, that's the one thing I think I would have changed, was taking maybe another 5, maybe even another week off, just to help myself heal and feel a little bit better before I end up going back to work. I had a little bit of issues with the vitamins at first. I was actually regurgitating the vitamins because the stomach just couldn't handle the frothy, I guess, vitamin, because it would just come right back up. So, I mean, being able to adjust things like that would have, having a little more time to adjust things like that would have been nice, instead of, getting sick on the bus on the way to work, which was awful. And what was the other part of that question? I'm sorry.
What are some of the things that helped you?
Oh, that helped me. Okay, now, my biggest help through this entire thing had to be Sweet Pea. She was there anytime I needed anything. She helped me with portion sizes. She helped me make sure that I got what I needed when I needed it, and still does. So what I'm really saying here is you need a good support system, someone to help you when you aren't going to be able to do things for yourself or not sure about things. They can help you get everything done and make sure you stick to your regimen, your diet, your vitamins, your pills, everything that you need, everything that you're getting. That is the biggest thing that you need. And if you don't have that, it might be a little harder. I'm not sure, because I had this beautiful woman over here to help me this entire time, and she's still kicking my ass when I waver a little bit, which I appreciate the hell out of, even though I don't tell her enough. Now, I think that is all the questions. Is that right? Great. Now, all these questions came from one person, like I said earlier, who is going to have the surgery, I believe, next month. And I hope that there is some information in there that will help you. And I really do hope that, you come back to the channel and see if there's anything else in the future, or have any other questions that maybe you don't know the answer to or don't feel like looking up, because I can look it up for you and answer it, because I have nothing else to talk about. But yeah, I really hope...
That really helps.
What's that?
X-Lax.
What is it?
X-Lax.
Oh my good God, yes. How could I forget that? After surgery, give it some time. For the love of God, give it a little time, because you will hurt yourself. But if you find yourself very constipated, X-Lax is the goddamn beautiful savior of the world. There was one other thing. What was the gas strips that I didn't get? The Gas X strips, which helps with gas, because you will get a shit ton of gas when you finally can expel gas again, which they usually try to get you to do within the first day. But you will find yourself very, very gassy, and it'll build up in your stomach and hurt. That's the other thing I almost forgot. I'm glad I remembered. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of the Q&A episode. I hope that there was some good information in there for the person getting the surgery next month, and anybody else who might be thinking of getting it or just interested in watching me talk. I don't know why you would be, but hey, people like what they like. So we will be back next week. I'm very sorry about how late this episode is going up. I keep getting home late from work, and I forget to put it up.
You mentioned it earlier, but mention the weigh-in again.
Oh, yes, and just so in case anybody missed it, I am down to 318. 318. I literally have not been this physical weight since I was the age of 16. And oddly enough, I looked at some pictures of when I was 16, thanks to my sister-in-law, and I'm actually thinner through the body than I was at 16. I was really round and plump, but I had no belly then, so that was kind of a trade-off. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found something useful on here, and I hope you tune in next time. See you later, guys.